likes a lot of expensive stuff. He's like one of those pastors that like got the Louis, got the Gucci, got the Fendi. Offending with Fendi was a classic line he used. Offending with Fendi. Yeah, I know, it's good bar. And a lot of people didn't like that. They was like, as a pastor, you shouldn't be doing all of that. What do you think about that, just out of interest?
Well, if you're there to spread God's flipping word, then do that. You can't be spreading God's word, but then at the same time, when you lie in your pocket, doesn't make sense.
No, but at the same time, though, if I don't know how he gets his money, but let's just assume he has some sort of property portfolio or he's a lawyer or whatever. If he makes legit money outside of church and that, if he decides to buy Fendi and that, then that's up to him, no?
Yeah, but brother, like I wouldn't feel comfortable if I'm the pastor, yeah. Mm-hmm. And yes, I might make good money in my other, say, main job. Mm-hmm. But my congregation is coming and they're begging bread. But I'm rocking up in...
Yeah, but he's going to give you the game that's going to help you to get closer to his level.
That's... It's like, when was it? I went Grenada. I went Grenada for a christening. And when I went there, the pastor was like driving a Hummer and that, innit?
In Grenada?
Yeah. Okay. As a pastor pulling up in like a
big
Hummer.
Yeah.
But then, you know, like when the church service and the ask for the offering and that, innit? They goes, you need to give generously because the church needs a minibus and that.
What?
I'm thinking, what the pastor, he's driving a Hummer. Sell the Hummer and just like put some money towards the minibus.
So what's he gonna drive after he sells the Hummer?
Well, he can still drive something comfortable. He still can drive a decent like a Toyota Hilux or something like that.
No, do you know what? Hold on. And just like that, we're back. MTTE, More to the Endz podcast. Myself, Big Cam. Not by myself in the building. Never by myself in the building. Maybe one day though. Who else we got in the building though?
Yeah, I'm back again for another episode. R6 Snap, aka Dragon Man.
Okay, my bro Ricky. Anyway, come on, bro. My bro back in the building, chopping out with me. Go soon, land, bruv. Ghost in it, true to the name, true to form. But back on the pastor stuff, yeah. For me, it reminds me of when people cuss footballers about the money that they spend and the money that they gain and what they do with it and where it. And the reason why I say that, I know with the pastor thing, it's more religion, but the reason why I say that is if you're making your money legitly, I don't believe that you should dim your light to accommodate other people. I don't agree with that.
Nah, not even that. But do you know what I think? I think you got to know your audience.
Okay, that's fair.
In the sense that, like, argument's sake, say you're going, I don't know, you know, footballers, every so often they have to do like some sort of community
give back and
stuff. If you're going to like a homeless shelter or where people are in need,
yeah,
you're not really gonna rock up in like a Lamborghini or something expensive. Just gonna think like they're gonna look at you thinking like, bro, who does this guy think he is? You know, you're gonna go there in something modest and then go and do your community work and then depart. Do you know what I mean?
No, I agree with you.
You're not gonna go there with like chains and Rolex watch showing and all these things. So.
What's up, my broski?
Yes, what's up?
Hey, listen, before you come in, yeah, it's good because we actually just done the intro as well. So he's not too late, people. He's not too late.
Yeah,
but shout out my guy.
I'm ridiculous for timing. I'm so black.
He black.
No. I'm so black. I'm navy blue.
That's a navy blue.
Going purple, dark purple.
Before you even go on, yeah, we was talking about Spac Nation. They were talking about pastors that...
Sorry, is that the name of their church?
Spac, yeah.
Is it like short for...
I think it's short for... Hold on. Hey, actually, I was going to say, hey Siri, what is Spac
Is that Nation? What the church is called for real? Spac Nation? I thought it was just...
That was just
their group.
No. Spac Nation's a thing. Spac Nation, Salvation Proclaimers Anointed Church. That's what SPAC stands for.
Is that not free for a pound?
No, those are just £1.
Oh, okay.
I think you can get 2 for £1 or... Nah, not those.
Nah, the smaller pack. I was going to say though, before we continue, Ghost, I have to be on to you about using the word God because TikTok doesn't like it and it miffs you off still.
Yeah?
Yeah, TikTok will just the sound will just get cut off still if you use that word still.
What if you rhyme with something?
If it's music, it doesn't seem to affect it. But if we're just chatting, they don't like it still.
You know what?
But yeah, got you. Oh, wait, don't.
Is that the only word?
What?
Is there no other words that like
agate and all of that? Probably, yeah. Probably.
My head feels like a raisin right now.
What was you gonna say? I feel like I cut you off, but I was gonna ask you about the pastor thing. What was you gonna say?
Nah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. So we were talking about pastors flaunting their wealth, and if they should or should they be more mindful and tone it down, like dim the light down and that. Like, what are you saying?
I don't know why they got so much money in the beginning, but like, what the fuck they got so much money for?
Brother, I don't know. I ain't a pastor, and I don't know how they do it.
Something's
I don't know.
going on. I don't understand how a pastor makes money like that.
Like breaded off, you know.
That's my thing, innit? I don't understand where that income is coming from.
they have regular jobs though?
Is it the offering?
That's what I'm saying. I think because I don't believe it's
a job.
offering.
They don't get paid for. You get.
No, they get regular jobs apart from pastors. Pastor is not their main job.
Regular jobs and that, but I like what kind of jobs, bro? What are you?
All right, so let's
manage. Are they managing artists or something? Like,
maybe. No,
they're flossing.
No, do you know what? It's funny you say this
Flossing,
because in reference to Spac, the last interview I watched, it was a sick interview with the two guys from Spac on Diver Risk Taker. Basically, they were talking about the whole SPAC thing, how it works in their way. And they were saying that what they do as a job right now is they own like a music business. So managing artists, educating people on music, the contracts and all that stuff.
And gospel music or?
No, just music in general.
So it could be a rap.
So they don't do that drill gospel thing no more?
From what I've heard, they kind of still do it. And they said that they do it because they need to capture people's attention and then they will give them the word after.
Wouldn't that be like a conflict of interest then?
Do you know what it is? I look at it like...
Go on.
Why? Like, obviously, it's probably a black cultural thing, yeah? But why do the people that are involved in that, especially English people that are involved in them type of things, saying everything's legit, everything's, you know what I mean? Why do they look like drug dealers, bro?
So basically, I'm gonna do this thing.
You get what I'm saying?
I just say what they said.
There's class, and there's a certain way about it.
You like you look like you could be a trapper.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? Like, what's that?
Their thing is, and again, I get their logic. Their logic is for them to capture the youth. Someone that we was talking about before we got here, for them to capture a youth that's on road and is young and impressionable, they need to dress just like the rappers that you would look up to.
I don't think that's legit.
This was their thing.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think that's legit, bro.
Nah.
I don't think they should do that because you're trying to inspire the youth to be different from that. Mm-hmm. So why are you trying to get that look in order to catch their attention like that? I get what it, like, you know what I mean? But after
candy in the medicine or medicine in the candy,
I just think like, bro, you can wear one polo shirt and a jeans, bro,
and keep it cool.
You get me? Them man, I got Gucci belts on that.
I hear you.
Louis V belts. What for, bro?
I hear you. Still, I'm with you. I'm more towards you lot's feelings, but I also believe that they don't have to necessarily tone themselves down. I wouldn't go super loud with it, with the Rollies and the Balenciaga. And I wouldn't do all of that. But you can definitely dress a little drippy.
Of course you can.
You know what I mean?
But there's like...
No, but there's drippy classy and there's drippy like...
Bro, there's different
loud.
kind of... there's different kinds of... You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, but... Do you know what? If they're doing something good with the youth and that, and the kids are... It's working, then... By all means.
But that's kind of where I ended up with it after, because as I said, I watched it. It was about an hour long, and I was listening to them. And one of the youths, he was like knee deep in it, and the other knee deep in road, and then he transitioned to this. And the other he wasn't knee deep in road, but easy could have done it. And they both seem to be like just serious about helping people change their life, bruv. And it seems like it's working. So it's a very conflicting thing still, but. Hopefully Spac are legit in it. Hopefully.
I feel like as well as that, I feel like, you know how it all came out, the Spac Nation thing and do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like...
So when you say the name, all I think is just the Bally's in church.
Bro, the
Bally's in church?
I feel how they... obviously, I don't know when they bust out.
What do you mean Bally's in church?
They were performing, but like... it was a church link up.
Performing.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
performing
they got a
and
couple
there was,
rappers in the thing.
they were doing like church, like gospel drill.
It's mad, isn't it?
The world's coming to an end.
What is it?
I feel like
Go on, you go.
I feel like the way they came out kind of gave them a bad name. Do you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I agree with you. I
Kind of
agree
gave
with
them
you.
a bad name, but if behind the scenes, because you know, like
They're definitely bad
obviously
apples.
a lot will be highlighted.
Yeah.
a lot of the you know what I mean.
The
All of that
negative,
shit will be
yeah.
highlighted, but I feel like if what they're doing is working, like away from the negative
socials
side of
and-
things,
Yeah.
if what they're doing is working, then by all means carry on.
Do you know what I think though? Yeah,
Go on,
I think,
I'm gonna switch
like-
it after. Go on.
in this day and age, like there's so much people that just jump on the bandwagon. Like if you're gonna be a Christian, bruv, just be a Christian and just stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Like
It's a modern Christianity.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like a
It's like a
Bruh,
Christianity.
when-
it's like
has-
Christianity 2.0
for the youth.
but when has,
Yeah.
bruv, when has drill?
And God.
It doesn't make sense.
No, but the Bible is the WAP because it's the powers in.
soon they're gonna change the Bible and have a road version of the Bible to appeal to roadmen.
I think there is one. I'm sure there is
shut
one.
up.
I'm sure there is one. I'm sure there's a street hood version of the Bible.
Not a chance.
All right, you Google
Not
it.
even that.
This Christianity that I just think is weird, bro.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it.
I think like don't get me wrong, I'm not putting it down on that, and I just think
No, there's real Christians and
of course
Yeah, I mean,
but
there's real ones.
there's so much
still out
different
there.
break
Factions.
branches and that.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know, man. I ain't like this kind of Christianity that we read nowadays and we preach, or not even we, but they preach and that. I just
Yeah.
think I don't believe in it, bro.
Why are you cracking up?
Because he's like weed and run out of it.
Nah, 'cause I don't preach it, bro. I'll be
Yeah.
real with you. I mean, bro, if I'm perfectly honest, I don't believe this Bible. The Bible that we read, the King James Bible, I don't believe it.
On there.
I don't believe it at all, fam.
Look,
you get me? Like,
you don't want to start me off.
and my thing is, when I was in the bin, I read hella the Bible, bro. You get me? I had time, so I just read, and bro, I was baffled at the end of it. Confused as
So you
fuck.
got more questions
You get what I'm
than-
saying? Like, I was confused as fuck because some of the stories don't make no sense.
Do you think the Bible hold people back?
I think it segregates people.
There's a
Like
Bible
stop people from thinking?
No, I believe.
Like logically.
No, I believe that the Bible is just a weapon and people use it for their own gains. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think
That's what I think.
I feel like because you have to remember this, yeah. Christianity was in Africa before it was in Europe.
Mm.
The real Christians know that. You get me? I just think that side of Christianity
Is
has
gone.
been washed.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they've kind of whitewashed. Well, not even
Yeah.
whitewashed. They've kind of washed it down to suit their kind of narrative.
Yeah,
and to make it work for them.
Yeah,
Do you get what
I
I'm
hear you
saying?
on that.
But I feel like the Christianity that we should be actually
Taking in.
celebrating and taking in, and that I think that's I don't know, man. I think that's lost in a cave somewhere. They've put it somewhere, but we ain't getting the right teachings when it comes to that. Do you get what I'm saying?
On a lot of things.
I'm gonna move on the thing, but what I will say lastly is that I know the Bible to be a collection of different stories taken from just different things anyway.
Yeah, but
so
a lot of it's missing. A lot of what it was supposed to be in it's missing.
originally, yeah,
Like the Book of Enoch, like I swear, there's bare parts of the Bible that's not in the Bible, bro.
yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying? And the same guy that wrote the Bible, King James, or translated the Bible.
Yeah.
Do you know that before he wrote the Bible, before he published the Bible, do you know what he published before that? What was it? Something to do with demon worship.
What?
Brother, bruv, it's on.
I said there used to be a blood, and then he's thought, you know what? I'm gonna try to crypt him now.
Type it up, bro. You can type it up. You can go on the internet and type up that, like, what books did King James publish before the Bible, and you will see, homie was into he was into madness, bro.
I'm gonna have to do a Google on that one.
You get me? And then he published the Bible, and this is the same Bible that we're all
Maybe he's
reading.
trying to find the balance.
Balance,
The good
brother.
and the bad.
If you look about what he was writing before, there's no balance to it, fam. He just found a way to.
Man said
Alright,
remix the pot. Remix the pot.
I'm not gonna scare you people no more.
Yeah.
Yes,
but
and then
I'm
you
gonna,
have the light.
Yeah, he
There's the
believed,
darkness,
he
and
believed
then
in
there's the light.
demonology and all that crap, bro. He wrote about all of that. Do you get what I'm saying? So how am I gonna be reading a Bible published by this same guy? That don't make no sense to me.
And he's saying he's not.
This is supposed to be the word of God. And this Don was writing about witches and demons and all sorts of things, bro. So I'm like, how do you believe that?
Sus.
Like, I tell you how weak it is, like mentally,
Go on.
when it comes to certain things in Christianity. You see, if I was a Christian and somebody showed me that evidence, I'm no longer a Christian. Facts. I don't care what you've got to say.
Yeah, no, but this
Because that's a fact. The book that he published before the Bible is a fact. Do you get me? And if that was his mindset, how did it just change when it came to the Bible?
And what?
Do you get what I'm saying? How did it just change like that?
Why?
There
did
you
it
go.
change?
But do you ever but this is what I'm saying, where it's like, you ever sat a Christian down and say, say for example, the part when they said, what's his name, part the
Red Sea.
Moses. Said, how did he do this? Because logically, it's never been done. Probably will never.
But
It's
do you know-
impossible.
do you know the maddest thing?
I'm like, well, Jesus gave him the powers.
Do you know the maddest thing though? I don't know how it got there, but do you know the maddest thing? You see where they say he parted the Red Sea? You know, there's like, remember the Egyptians? You know, they tried to come after them and that, the Hebrews and that. You know, in that same part of the Red Sea, you know, you can find, you know, their chariots and that. You can find all their chariots and that at the bottom of the sea, bro.
But this is why.
It's
hold
nuts.
on.
Like, I don't know if it's true.
No. But this is what I was gonna say.
There's certain evidence that kind of backs it up. You get what I'm saying?
But
Like,
I can slap it there.
Wait, no. But hold on. Even besides
like
them,
chariots from back in the day, BC,
Wait.
before Jesus and that.
but this is
I can go build one right now.
But this is what I'm
I
saying.
can go
though.
build one right now and drop it in the sea. You would never know.
You can. This is why I said that the Bible
but
is
it will
a
flow.
collection of stories. So the stories
It would flow.
As the plank of wood just kind of that.
It would flow.
No, look, it's a collection of stories. So, like you said, there's evidence of chariots and rare to signify that something happened, but it don't necessarily mean what they say
What I'm
happened.
saying,
happened.
yeah, you don't know. It could have been a ship trying to bring these things another place and just sank. You get me? It
And
could have
now
been
there's
that.
a remix story. But listen, let's move on because we got a few things to swiftly moving on. Shout out
just
my New
here
York guys, they love
Bible
that one still.
bashing.
Yeah, no, look, it's a conversation. And before you came, we was actually saying like, I personally actually enjoyed going to church the other day. Like it was
You went
nice.
to church?
Yeah, for my
What
mum,
happened?
innit? It was just nostalgia, innit? Just nostalgia, bro. That's what it was. Like,
Did you eat the body?
no,
give you the
we weren't
offering?
doing all of that. We weren't doing all of that.
No wine?
No.
Nah. Did you
If
have
it's
to
not Maggie, I don't want it.
Do you have to get? Bro, man said Maggie. You know.
Joking.
Man said put Maggie in.
That's what everyone's just in the church just gas like
Hey,
gassed
what
off
was
of
I
Maggie.
say? What was I gonna say?
Go on.
Do you think religion segregates people?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the
big
long and
time,
short.
big
Yes,
time, big
has
time.
to. Of course, it does. There's anyway.
100%.
There's many factions within the religion. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm
my thing.
pro-life, you know. I'm proper pro-life. I'm like,
Look, another day.
a mad thing.
We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that another
it's a
day.
mad thing.
Question to the Mandem. Yeah, I'll let you go first, Ghost. When was the last time that you was genuinely gassed, like just gassed? Genuinely though, not like halfway, like, oh, this is sick. Like genuinely is like, hey, I'm looking forward to this, or hey, this is happening. I have gassed. When was the last time that you experienced that? For me, it was Thailand, so that's just the long and short. Done. Like, that was just sick.
That's a good question. Good question, sir. I don't know, you know.
We can spin the block and go to Rick if I don't know if Rick's got.
I don't know. I can't think of a time where I've been gaslit. I've just been miserable, bro.
Well, all your life, how old are you?
That's just miserable, bro.
It's been miserable because, like, you get me? Like, I can't remember the last time I was gassed. Probably, like, you know, ecstatic.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like when you was actually gassed, you was like, nah, I'm quite excited.
Probably when my son was born, bro. Get me? When Zayn was born and that. Because of the circumstances of what happened before. Probably when Zayn was born still.
Did you
That's
cry?
real.
I think I shed a tear still.
I can't imagine.
I think I shed a
I
tear
cannot
still.
imagine you crying still.
Nah, you know why? Because it was mad.
Fucked him.
It was a mad complication, bro. Like we was in the hospital for a week before he was born, bro. You get me? The maddest thing though, he came on his due date.
All right.
Do you get what I'm saying? But
Not before
there
his
was
time.
bare things like, and because she had miscarried before that, And then when I'm in the hospital, I'm hearing about these things that I've never heard about before, like preeclampsia. Like, what the fuck? I'm saying, what the fuck is this?
What is that?
I've never heard about this, brother. I don't even know, but it's something that can harm the baby and probably the woman too, the mother too. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you have preeclampsia kind of thing, I feel like there's a need for you to have your baby instead of the baby sitting around. Like, I'm just gonna put it like this, in the preeclampsia. I don't know what the fuck it is. You get what I'm saying? But all of these things, like,
that's like to do with
I was just thinking, like, what
blood type or something.
I don't even know.
We've got smartphones, guys. Let's find out.
It's all mad, fam.
Preeclampsia.
It's to do with the blood type or something like that. It's like attacking
Preeclampsia.
itself or...
Yeah, I don't know what
Preeclampsia
it
is a
fam,
condition that causes high blood pressure during pregnancy and after labor. It can be serious if not treated.
Yeah, there you go. You get me? So
Yeah.
imagine we're there now.
Protein in your pee. How do you get protein in
Yeah,
your pee?
it's nuts. Remember you got protein in your piss anyway, you know.
Yeah, no, but then how's it visible for you to know though?
Man's railway engineering and that. You see, they can test your thing to see if it's a girl, boy, or age.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's mad.
yeah.
If they're going deep.
Fucking
Remember, they can do all of that from your piss. They can tell if you're a man, woman, child, your age.
age and that.
You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? 'Cause kids have certain proteins in their pee, whereas adults, we have a different type of protein in our pee. Do you get it?
Science.
It's just mad because protein, I just associate protein with gym.
Steak and chicken and
Yeah,
that.
you
That's
get
what I
me,
think
getting
of.
big.
Yeah. So madly, innit? It's just the first thought, just chicken, steak. What are you saying? When's the last time you was genuinely gassed?
The last time I was genuinely gassed, I'd say it was probably when I got offered my football scholarship.
Way back.
Yeah. When I was like 15, 16. Yeah. Like proper.
Well, like, obviously, it's a dumb question as to why was you gassed, but like,
Because it's,
in
it's
that
something
moment,
that I worked hard for, man.
what was that?
Like, made sacrifices, and I knew, like, mum would be happy, grandma, granddad, they'd be like super, like, oh yeah, he's doing well, blah, blah, blah. So I think that's probably the last time I would say that I was like excited for a phone call to say, yeah.
Confirmed. I gotta say, I think observing both of you lot's gassed moments, yeah, is interesting because, as I said, my one was just going to Thailand the other day. But I think it is funny that both of you lot's one is kind of like there's a lot of time from then till now. Like, a lot of time has passed, so it makes me think. Are you guys
You
just?
ain't got no picnic, cuz.
I was gonna say, are you
You're
lot
just out here free willing, you get me?
Free willing.
There is. That's it.
You ain't got no picnic,
That's
but
it.
Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna bring up something about.
I was gonna
that
bring up
soon,
something as
bro.
well. So
About
it's gonna
the-
go on to
about
that.
the not having no picnic.
It's gonna
but
go on to that still. I said
it's a
That was
touchy.
gonna be my next thing.
It's a
Go
touchy
on.
subject.
I'll let you cook.
It's a
Because it
touchy
might link.
subject.
It might link. Go on.
I don't think it's gonna link.
It might.
I don't think it's gonna link.
I'm not gonna show you. I'm
Because
gonna.
what I'm gonna say is the reason why I'm saying it is because the Mandem never talk on it when I say it.
All right, go on then.
So that's why I know it's not gonna link.
Go.
Alright, cool. Alright, cool. Let me just put it like this, yeah.
It was funny.
I'm just gonna be real.
Yeah, bruv. This is more to the Endz podcast,
I'm
bro.
gonna try and be professional.
Yeah, bro.
And try and
Come
not
on.
sound so. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, you get it. Like, why? Yeah. When I remember, I always tell man I'm pro-life, innit? You get it? And I don't really hate nobody. You get it? Put that out there now. You get it? I don't really hate nobody. Cause I don't really know nobody. Like,
Nothing
you get me?
personal. It's just business.
Yeah, it's business, all business.
Okay.
Why when I, speak about a so-called race and a so-called sexuality, the men them are like,
Like, why do we see it as a grenade?
yeah, I don't understand. This is our pod, bro.
Because
I want to say what I want to say on our pod. You
No,
get it?
and
That's- and I'm not trying to I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I'm just speaking my thoughts. You get it? And if I need educating on it, then someone educate me. I don't mind that. You get what I'm saying? I'm all for that. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time,
why can't you speak?
I feel like when I say certain things, I feel like it doesn't affect you in that same way because you have no children. Do you get what I'm saying?
I understand.
And when
what
I
you're
see
saying.
everything that's happening now with the children, these things affect me, bro. Like,
No, I understand what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean? These things are.
I do know
close
what you
to
mean. And
did you see that thing, bro? Imagine I was watching a thingy not too long ago, earlier on. I wanted to share it, but certain things they won't let you share.
Yeah.
I wanted, bruv, do you know there was a truck not long ago found in London with bare kids on it?
What?
Bare kids on it, bro. They got.
But they were trafficked.
Brother, they weren't trafficked. They got caught in time. Like whoever bruv, there was it's live. Oh, you can see the feds bringing the kids out of the van, bro, in London, brother. Do you get what I'm saying? So these things are close to man, innit? Because I've got children.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my reasons for saying certain things, but I don't wanna be aggressive and just like, do you know what I mean? I want to have a proper,
genuine convo.
Yeah.
No.
Because this is serious, bro.
Alright.
What I don't like about this world is like, we see shit happening. Yeah. Hasn't man noticed, like, we see so much happening, in front of us. And I feel like people would rather share it on the internet than actually do something about it.
Yeah.
Do you get it? It's like, it's like we're in a mindset of, we can't win.
Do you know what it is? I think I said earlier on where people are just jumping on the bandwagon. And I think it's easy for people to do that than
Really actually do something in real life.
yeah, to say like, look, this is what I actually stand for or believe in. Do you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong if that's what you believe in and I believe in something else, it doesn't mean that we can't work together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've just got to see your point of view. You've just got to see mine, and we move forward.
Yeah. I will
That's
speak
it.
I will speak from the privileged position of not being a dad as you guys are, yeah. You said, how come when you speak on certain things, do we look at it as a grenade, yeah?
Yeah, like Jewish people and that.
Yeah. So for me, it's a conditioning thing because we know there's certain groups and certain people that if we speak our truest thoughts about them, it really could have real life repercussions. And even to the point where it could affect us. Like, remember, you see a man like Nigel Farage, even though I don't agree with him, his ethics and that, they miffed off his whole account. Like they just said, yeah, you see how you got bread in your account don't exist. How about that? Like, your money's dead.
Yeah, they mocked him still.
Imagine that you got bread, saved up, calm, and your bread is not.
You see that bank? You see that bank? You know you can't go. They choose
Goots?
you.
Goots.
Yeah, they choose you.
Yeah, bro. You have to have some serious money for that.
You
man.
can't go
serious
to that
money
and bill an account. Even if you're a
Serious
millionaire,
money.
you can't just go there and say, "Yeah, I need an account." They choose you.
Well,
Who runs that bank?
that's a good question. I don't know. We should Google it, but I'm not going to do that right now. But with this topic of what we're talking about, kids and important things that's happening and crazy situations, yeah, I was going to say to you or ask you guys, what's your opinion on men getting a vasectomy? Before you answer, there is this thing in the red
I
pill.
born Jamaican, rude boy, so we don't know about them thing there.
Right. Before you lot say anything, yeah. So in the red pill community, there's this notion that if you want to be
What community?
red
Red
pill,
pill.
so basically the guys
Red
that
pill,
are like,
did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Ultra masculine. Anything you can think to do with masculine, that's what they're on. There's this notion that you should get a vasectomy so that you don't have kids, so that you can literally just get as much bread as you can, and also don't have to give it to no kids. And if you want to get a gal, you just do your thing. You don't have to think. That's the notion. So what do you think
I don't
about
believe
that?
in that.
Go for it.
The reason why I don't believe in that is because, like I said, I'm pro-life. Do you get what I'm saying? I believe in making life. Do you get what I'm saying, bro? Like, I believe in making lives, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like society and the world has made people get that mindset. Do you get what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
because like
I agree with you still.
there's like do you know how much times I hear people say nah, it's mad for like you know that saying when you hear people say how is he bring another child into the world and rare
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
you see me, I don't know if I think different or what, but I look at that little sentence right there and say to myself, this is why you know the world is lost. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing.
For real.
You get it? They're not looking at that. People are looking at having a baby as wrong and not looking at how we live as human beings as wrong.
In terms of like, why are you afraid to bring a child into this world?
People are scared of financial business, bills, and all these things.
Yeah.
But that's how the world's made you think. That's
more important.
But if you think about it logically, then if you got any intelligence, you will realize that's obviously not how the world is supposed to be run. You get it? If we're supposed to populate, it's our job, bro, to populate. As humans, it's our job to populate. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, remember, if we didn't do none of this, there wouldn't even be heterosexuals. There wouldn't be gays. There wouldn't be lesbians. There wouldn't be
these
there wouldn't be
options and that.
none of these things. So I don't understand how right now it seems like the LGBT community has more rights or more say in this world than heterosexual people. When we are and will always be the kings and queens of this world, bro. We produce. Do you get what I'm saying? So remember, if heterosexual people didn't have children, they wouldn't be gay people. They wouldn't be lesbian people. They wouldn't be people thinking, I might be Chinese even though I'm black. I might be fucking, do you know what I mean?
Transrace and
I might be a Aborigine even though I'm white from Canada. Do you get what I'm saying? You wouldn't be able to think like that. You wouldn't even be able to say to yourself, I feel like I was born in the wrong body. You wouldn't be able to do none of that if we weren't reproducing. So should we just stop reproducing? I don't understand how
agendas.
I feel like I tell you what I feel like. I feel like you see every other sexuality, yeah. I feel like they should come before heterosexual people and arcs for certain things, and because, bro, like if we ain't the kings and queens of this world, of this earth, yeah, like who is, bro? Do you get what I'm saying? If we don't make this world work, who will?
As in, if we don't create people to even be anything,
exactly,
then,
who will?
Yeah.
So my thing is this:
say AI,
AI, whatever school. I said
AI.
Artificial intelligence. Yeah, they're doing all that, bro. They're doing all that.
Annual leave.
They're doing all that. They were talking about
bot babies.
They were talking about putting thingies in men.
What?
What's that? Uterus.
So wait,
they're talking about uterus operations.
I'm ignoring you.
A woman had to shut it down. A woman came on it and shut it right down, saying, "Listen, if they done an operation on you, on a man, and put a uterus in a man, do you know what would happen?
Sure, he's gonna die.
Your body would attack the uterus like it's a disease, bro.
He's gotta die.
Like it's a germ. And yeah, you might be able to take pills for it, but that's just even to make you even worse.
That's ridiculous.
Do you get what I'm saying?
That's ridiculous.
So I don't understand the argument, and I don't understand all these rights and all these things and all these. But I don't understand what rights.
I'm gonna say some stuff that's gonna spin you in a second. Quick thoughts on vasectomy, and I'm gonna spin both of you.
Vasectomy.
I've got a couple things.
I can understand it. I understand it. Am I for it? Nah, I'm not for it. But I understand the balance of it, because if we're saying women should take the pill and the coil and all these contraceptive, then and not all women these things agree with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So then there has to be a balance. They might say, yeah, wear a condom, but the condom can split. And so forth. There has to be a balance with everything in life.
What about the idea that as a young man getting a vasectomy will be good for you because it means that you won't have accidental babies and blah blah blah?
I don't think it's good for you.
No.
Nah, I don't think.
I think
it's not good for society.
You see me? I just think that just makes people hoes.
Yeah.
I feel the pill. All of these things just makes people hoes.
Yeah, watch this now. Watch this. Watch this.
I don't think girls should have to do that.
Go on.
Do you get me? But I understand it.
Can I cook?
You don't think it make them hoes anyway, regardless if they don't.
What?
Without these contraceptive and all these things.
But you see, that's the difference. Like, You could sleep around as a woman and you could sleep around as a man and you could produce babies. Why do we look at that as bad?
Because oftentimes, especially in,
you get what I'm saying? Like,
Well, this go back to previous conversation when I spoke about body count.
Yeah. But I'm saying though, why is it that we like?
They look
I know
down
to
on
us, we look at certain body kind of thing. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? But in the first place, why is it even looked at like that? If as human beings, that's what we're supposed to do.
It's as I said before, it's a condition in the society.
Do you get what I'm saying,
it's
bro?
Conditioning.
No other, for instance, life form thinks of shit like that.
Yeah.
Other than human beings.
No, I hear you.
Do you get it? Like a lion, a tiger, a lioness.
Maybe because they don't have the capacity to.
So we assume.
What do you mean?
Look, can I just
What, you
shoot some
think
shots?
lion goes to the lioness and think, oh, well, how many men have you slept with? When they're like, but they just want to dagger.
Animals are different. They have their own structures.
Yeah,
but
they have their own
live
thing
by
that
it.
they rate.
They live by it. Like
I'll say that.
If a lion from another tribe, like went and met a group of lionesses, all them kids are getting duppied.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but she could have slept with 100 men, but he's
but
still
listen,
going to dagger her. He just get rid of the kids.
If her coat of fur or whatever, her mane and that or whatever it is, yeah, if that thing looks proper and she looks strong, he's gonna reproduce with her because.
But do you know
obviously
what?
That's the
when
top
they
priority.
when they kill the cubs, when the lions kill the cubs, the lionesses come back in season. Do you get what I'm saying?
You mean like ovulating? And
Yeah, they start.
Okay, yeah.
That's why they do it.
Oh, okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? So they have their different structure, but nobody looks at shit like, oh, that's bad, that's this, that's that. Do you know what I mean?
I hear
Like,
you.
we
though.
are mammals
I hear
too,
you.
are we not?
I hear you.
Do you get
But
what I'm saying? Like,
so back to the vasectomy.
we just
thing.
talk.
Yeah, for real, chat that shit. Back to the vasectomy thing, yeah. I'm with you, lot. I don't agree with it. I don't think I'd ever get one. And you hit the nail on the head when you said a man that gets a vasectomy, especially when you're mad young and that, yeah, I think it encourages you to not be disciplined. That's what I think it does. Because now you've got this illusion of well, I can't breed up no one. So I can still pint anyone. And that's not a good thing.
And that's exactly why I look at, you see, like
That's not a good
contraception
thing.
for women.
Yeah.
Because
I've never encouraged that on my
we're
girl.
men.
Yeah, I've
You
never
get me?
encouraged that on my girl.
We've met gal before and you're foreplaying and you're about to go to it.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah, it's cool. I'm on the. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how much man have you said that to?
Yeah. It's
Like
crazy.
they don't have no fair, bro. They
Bro,
have
I'm
no
not gonna
fair
lie.
after
No,
that,
bro.
bro.
They
Take contraception and have no
If we're having
fair.
a very honest and open conversation, man's dealt with gal and gal did not have concern for
Yeah,
it. Jimmy.
no fair.
They
fam.
did not give a
no
toss.
fair. They don't care about infection. None
They
of
didn't
that.
give a toss.
They just, yeah,
It was a meme.
I think it works both ways though.
of course.
Well, yeah, but they control access to sex and we control access to like relationships and marriage. So their priority should be to make sure that their whole thing is sacred, in my opinion. Because if they control access to sex in the terms of unless a lady wants to do it with me, that's not consent. If she doesn't want to do it, do you get what I'm saying? So for me personally, the onus is on her to say, right, anyone that's coming in my house, reading between the lines, has to be clean and on point and potentially protecting themselves. But a lot of gal worldwide, it's not really their concern. They don't really give a shit.
It comes down to morals, isn't it?
Don't really give a shit.
Comes down to morals, bruv. But
Hey, we got to move on though, because that's a good topic.
we're just losing standards, isn't it? Like,
I've been preaching that for a long time.
just losing
Do you
standards.
want to cook on that?
Nah.
You gotta remember,
because I was
go
just
for a
going
topic for
to
another
a
day.
hole raises another hole, cuz. You get it? Like,
We don't want to start this
a
conversation.
hole raises another hole.
You don't want to start this
It
conversation.
just takes
so.
that hole, that young hole, to grow up and realize, Rod, you know what? I don't want to do that.
Do you know what's more?
It's a decision thing
Do
still.
you know what's more incredible about that situation? The OnlyFans girls, the strippers, the prozzies, all of them chicks that get to the certain point and they go, Rod, you know what? I think
Bro, what's a prosy? We got people in America watching, man, you know.
prostitute, escort, lady of the night, wherever you want to call
lady
it.
of the night.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Have to take it biblical and that.
Lady of the night.
Yeah, selling front.
What's Jordan's word?
Heathen.
What Jordan?
Big Jordan.
How is he?
Big Jew.
Oh.
Hope you're well. If you're watching.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Hey, listen. Hey, hold on.
He's gonna be typing.
I know. The comments. No, back to what I was saying though.
Get in the bro. I dare you.
Listen, gal that are doing OnlyFans and that, yeah. I've personally, it's actually quite a beautiful thing to see, but it's sad where they've reached a point whether they've hit the wall. If you don't know what the wall is, Google it in reference to women. They hit the wall, or they get to a certain age and they've had certain experiences and they realize, you know what? I can't actually keep trying to sell my sexuality. At some point, now I've got kids, I should probably try and do something else. And it's a very sobering thing because, you know, when they're in their prime, they believe, I can just do this forever. And then slowly but surely, no one's buying them drinks. No one's really messaging them. The viewer of their OnlyFans thing is going down. People are unsubscribing and they realize, there's a new girl that's just turned 18. And now she's on OnlyFans. Do you get what I'm saying? So it come like they don't really realize these things because you're talking about hoes raising hoes. They don't really realize these things until like Father Time, which is one of the best teachers, catches up to them. And then they're forced to realize it. It's sad, but the game is the game, innit?
You know what though?
But a lot of women, they don't understand the game like that. Bro.
I just think it comes down to certain morals, bro. And if it's in you, it's in you. You get me? Like, cause
like if you're destined to be a hoe, you're just gonna be one.
Yeah, bro. Bro, listen, I've seen some hoes turn into some of the best baby mothers on earth. Not even baby mothers. Not even the best baby mothers. The best mums.
Really?
What?
Wait, did they when they had their kids, did they say, right, this whole thing is dead now? Is that what they did?
It coming like that.
Okay.
It coming like that. I know people from
I do respect
I know people from Endz where we live, bro.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And they've completely switched. They had a U and completely 360.
I think perception is different from reality.
Nah, but you can see shit. You can see
but that's what I'm saying. What you're seeing is different from the actual reality that they live in. If that makes sense.
We're saying that 2 to 4 a.m. window.
Watch this. They live in a better reality than they was living. I promise you that. They live in a better reality than they was living because the reality they were living.
No one's perfect. No one's perfect.
Yeah, no one's perfect. The reality that they was living was
rubbed.
Was close to dirt. You get what I'm saying, fam? It was.
Hey, shout out my guy Colours. Dirt to Dean.
Close to dirt, fam. Like it's bro. Like I've experienced. Get what I'm saying, cuz? Like to where I'm saying, like, right, you know what?
The streets are cold.
This is bad triple B, fam. Like, I don't know what I don't know, fam. Like, yeah, but I've seen that. I've seen some real girls that when we were coming up, you thought, yeah, they're just for the streets and always going to be for the streets. Their mindset, the way they think, the way they talk, everything about them just says, yeah, you're doing road, man. You get what I'm saying? And then
one day
they've got pregnant, they've had babies, and it's bro
dropped out.
It's like they've realized there's more to life. Do you get what I'm saying? There's more to life, like
facts,
and life becomes serious for them.
Yeah,
but don't get me wrong. I've seen. Do you know? I've seen it go the opposite way too.
Yeah,
I've seen some good girls,
of course,
like girls that you could see had morals about themselves. Have a youth.
And it's like they forgot.
It's like they're with their baby father for a minute, and then you know that shit that happens. You end up. You get what I'm saying? And you see after that,
rock out. Trying to regain that youth.
I don't know if they're on the rebound. I don't know if they're on a revenge mission. I don't know, bro.
Revenge.
But brother, some of these baby mothers out here are doing some stuff that you just don't need to do.
May I pause you there and say, shout out to the real women out there taking care of their kids, putting their kids first, not concerned about the man and whoever. They're just saying, I'm going to work, I'm going to provide for my children, my priority is my children, everything I'm going to do when I wake up is for my children. I'm not concerned about trying to date the new guy and because we do see this where it's like they're prioritizing that over their child, and that's how strange men end up in the house with their children, and then that's how certain things happen.
Some men prioritize the new girlfriend over their kids,
and
of course,
middle finger to all them dumb women,
of course,
all the dumb
idiots
mums that are stopping their fucking baby fathers from seeing the youths.
And on the flip side, the Mandem that are not even making a true attempt,
not even making an effort. But if the man is making an effort,
never do that. Very bad.
Like, regardless if he can't be there all the time, if he wants to be in the youth's life and you know that, and he's making that effort to be in the child's life, it might not be financially, it might not be... Do you know what I mean?
Presence over presence. I've said this before.
I don't believe a woman should stop a man from seeing their child. I don't believe
As
that
long as they're
at
not,
all.
as
I
long
don't
as they're
care.
not a threat to the kid or whatever.
Yeah.
Make
Bruv,
sure you get to have
stop
that
doing all of
relationship.
that, bro.
Yeah, man.
Stop doing
It's
all
bad.
that. I feel they should stop doing that, bro.
It's
Because
bad.
that's nuts.
It's bad, bruv.
That's
and
nuts,
it's
fam.
very disheartening because I've seen it myself where I know Mandem want to put in the work and they're just it's like Takeshi's castles. All the hurdles that they can ever put in front of them, you got to climb all of them. And it's very wrong. It's very wrong. It's something that's not really spoken about. And someone said it the other day. When it comes to certain things regarding kids and raising them and a man's perspective, it's something that's not really spoken about. So, question, we got about 10, 20 minutes to go. What's your relationship like with money? And if you want, I can go into depth of what I mean by that. But
My relationship with
yeah,
money, like,
how would you describe your relationship?
in what aspect though?
So-
In the aspect of, do I love money or am I good with money? Am I bad with
Anything.
money?
I love money.
Anything.
I love money.
Would I do anything? Would I do anything for money?
Right now, man.
I love
Nah, because Ghost was looking at me like, I love money.
Nah, I
Don't you
love money. I
understand?
love money still, but I know it's not the be all and end all.
Okay.
You get me? There was a point where
You must have thought that at one point, especially based on...
I've done some bad things for money, bro.
Yeah, that's what
Some
I'm saying.
things I can look back on and say, ooh,
Yeah, that was not...
God gonna question me. You get what I'm saying?
So we see on April 2006, you clearly was...
No, I've done some bad things for money, bro. And I'm not even talking
I
about
think most people have.
what I went, bro.
Nah, I think
I've done some really bad things for money, bro.
I think most people have.
I have done a couple mad things.
Most
though, I
people
can't
have.
lie.
But I also think that most people need to be in a certain predicament to understand the value of money. If that makes sense.
It was all fun for me.
Do you know
I
what
was
I mean?
gonna say, so when did you lot
It was
even
all fun, like,
gain this
I just took it as
understanding? Like, because obviously when we're younger, we all look at money like buy clothes, get girls, whatever. But then there comes a point when you go, no, it's not really for that. It's to do even bigger things. So when did you get?
Because your morals heighten, innit?
Okay.
And adult life starts adulting. You get what I'm saying? And you start to realize I can't just
self.
You're like, put it like this: I'm not getting money how I feel I can spend money. And if you're not getting money like that, then it comes to a point where you're so used to getting money and you're so used to spending money. But then there's always going to be a point where that money doesn't frequently come the same.
Yeah.
You get it? But your spending doesn't change.
Yeah, so
then
need
you
to
realize, Rod, you know what? I'm broke. I'm broke out this bitch.
I'm broke, baby.
Why am I broke? Do you get what I'm saying? But for a long time, you won't come to the realization of, Rod, you know what? I spend
way
excessively.
too much. Yeah, facts. Though.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Facts, though.
You would just think to yourself, but this is what I want to do.
Especially coming from
Get
where
me?
we
These
come
are the things
from
I
as
need.
well.
These are the things I want. This is what I want to do. But you have to understand how your money comes in and how it goes out
Yeah.
will end up impacting you. Do you get it? So that's what gives you the thought of sitting down and thinking, like, do you know what?
I need to switch
How
it
can
up.
I do? What can I do to make myself stay with money instead of just having money and it just?
Yeah,
You get
facts,
what I'm saying?
facts.
Instead of it just coming and
You know
going.
something, yeah? Sorry to cut you, that I think that don't get spoken about within the black community in terms of like money. Like no one speaks about in terms of like credit. If that makes sense. Like a lot, if you speak to a lot of people now, they think that you having like 10, even 20 grand in your account,
That's lit.
that is what is equate to having credit. Do you know what I mean? But if you go to the bank with that, like to get a mortgage, that's like that's irrelevant.
They'll just say,
it's like everything is like it's based off getting yourself into debt to build up credit. If that makes sense, do you know what I mean?
I learned about credit in my 20s.
But this what I'm
Get it?
saying.
And I learned about it myself.
But this what I'm saying.
Nobody.
I remember growing up and my mum was like, don't get
Mum
a credit
told me
card
it's the
because
devil.
of this and
Mum told me credit card
until you
was
hit
the
certain
devil.
age. You thought, I'm trying to get this in the
That's
like.
what she said.
Well, your credit score is bad. You think, well, how do I get my credit score?
You have to get a credit card.
You have to get a credit card. Exactly, get into debt.
Let's say credit.
Mum said credit card
That's
is
what I'm
the devil.
saying. But by the time you realize this thing,
Cam saying it like he believes it now. You know?
No, I don't.
Mum
No.
said,
Hey,
listen.
I
Mum
got-
said credit
hey,
card is the devil. So you
listen,
know why I haven't
hey.
got a credit card? Because Mum said credit card.
Listen. For a while, that was the motive, but then I got two. But listen, now obviously, it's very poignant that you say what you said and what you said as well. Because I'm currently reading The Richest Man in Babylon. I don't know. Have you heard that book before? Basically, it's like old time teachings of stuff that you can use till this day in it. But it's about money. Is the long and short of it. And even as you said, there comes a point when you go, making money is all fantastic and that. But I don't like the fact that I'm making money and it's just going, gone. And now you're just like, all right, well, I guess I've got to wait until it comes back again. Then you start to realize, nah, I need to make that money do stuff so that I get money for me to do what I want. Genuinely. It's an interesting thing though, because as you said, from our backgrounds, whether you're black or you're just from a lower income setup or whatever, it is then genuinely something, it's taboo. Let's be real. Like, do you know what's mad? Someone said this. They said, as a man, when you meet another man, what's the first thing you say? You say, oh, what's your name? Oh, where are you from? So what do you do? That's the first thing you say.
I don't even ask no one that. Still, I'll be real.
You don't say, what do you do?
What do you do? If I don't know, I
so
don't
what do you
know.
say then?
What, when I meet people?
Yeah, when you meet people, you just...
Obviously, if a certain conversation comes up and you're talking finances, then I might say, right, what do you do for work then?
This is my
Do you
point,
get what I'm
though.
saying? But differently, I wouldn't just say, what do you do? Do you get
No,
me?
not
Like,
just
what do you work
not
at?
just straight, not like the second
man,
sentence.
a bin man.
Not, yeah, hey, do you know what? Hold on, I gotta say
Hey, they
this,
get paid,
actually.
you know. Them
I was gonna say, hold on, one
them
sec,
bin men
one
get
sec.
paid. Fam.
You know,
Don't get
shout-
twisted.
When I was
Shout-
playing ball, that's what I used to say as a bin man.
Bin men get paid. Fam.
Shout out one of the Mandem. He may never ever see this, but I saw him being a bin man on the block. Yeah, I'll explain after anyway. I saw him being a bin man on the block. Yeah,
I can't do that still.
no, listen.
I ain't trying to take out no one's. The man them's.
No, but bruv, you're probably making more than what I'm making.
Yeah, that's
or what
cool.
you're making,
but let me make that in somewhere else.
He said, let me be a bin man in Basingstoke. No, but listen.
I'm not trying to take out the man them's rubbish like that.
I said, what about brother? No, but the reason
Nah,
why
I hear it.
The
though,
reason
but-
why I say big him up here is because I did notice that he looked at me. I think he clocked that I'm from the Endz, and he kind of like turned and carried on with his job as if like, I hope that I didn't clock. I knew him. But if you ever see this, a job is a job. You're making legit money. I don't give a toss,
I worked
bro.
in Tesco.
Big yourself up.
I worked in Tesco on 1 Road, fam. You see, when I was going for the
Sainsbury's,
job,
Standino's.
yeah, and Sainsbury's, I worked.
Come on.
But you see, when I was going for the job,
Just
and
goes by
that-
the gym.
yeah, bro. You see, when I was going for the job, I thought to myself, I just need a job. While I was in the job, I started to realize, ooh.
You're right.
Yeah, it's a bit mad. It's a bit mad out here. You get me?
So where's the Pampers?
Like, this is my ends and that. But do you know what's mad, yeah? You know what's mad?
Is this teeth for teeth?
Do you know what's
still?
mad about it? Let me tell you what's mad about it. You know, you know they hired me. You know they hired me. Obviously, they saw my experience. They know I can do the job and that. They hired me on that specifics because I'm gonna know the area.
Yeah, that's important.
And then when they realize,
You know it.
I know it too. They say, "Raw, what?" Like, yeah, alright, cool. You get me? Like, I'm saying, but you know how it go.
Put him in the.
But you know what I
in the
didn't like?
stock-
You know
put the
what I
stock
did-
room.
Yeah, put him in the back, innit?
Brother, do you know what I didn't like? You see, when the young G's came, brother, why am I doing security's job?
Long, yeah, I knew he was gonna say that.
But
knew he was
I
gonna say that.
swear to God, I'm doing.
I'll see tomorrow,
But
innit?
they
I'll
used
take
to,
that, bro.
But I could be having my lunch. I could be having my lunch. They would run and call me.
Jay goes.
Josiah.
Jay goes to aisle 2.
Blood.
Was it goes
They'll
to
run and call man, fam. Bro, run and
that's
brother.
funny.
There's times when I have to like gather up all the little youths them and have them in a little.
And
Listen,
the camera on and that.
brother, one time I had to tell
how
them,
you
listen.
recorded.
One time I had to tell them, listen. And I told them this in front of the manager, supervisor, everything. I said, listen, you see, while I'm here, don't fuck around, bro. I got to do my job.
Yeah.
While I'm not here,
Do what you want. Yeah, do what you want.
I looked
Just
down and the
let me
manager
get off
was looking
first.
at me, but I was like, Yeah, I don't even care
Yeah,
what you have to
bruv,
say
bruv.
because
Let me
I
get
have
off
to deal
first.
with this shit.
Facts,
And then when I
facts.
come out of this place, I still have to deal with this shit. So you know what? Hey, what I'm saying to the Mandem. When I'm here,
Just allow
respect
me.
me.
Allow
innit?
me for my shift.
Because
innit?
if you can't respect me, I'm gonna thump you in your face. You get me? And that's all I'm looking is do you respect me? I'm not gonna be here all the time. As soon as I leave, by all means, you get
Do
me?
what you
No
want,
holds
yeah.
bars. You get me, fam? Like, fuck it.
I got something that's gonna spin you. We literally have about 4 minutes to go. Yeah,
I wanted to say something, you know.
say it because we've got 1 minute to kill this. I'll let you cook though. Go on.
No, I was gonna just say, obviously, not you. Well, you, but before your current,
Yeah,
because I know your current is kind of. But then again, it could be. You could. You know what I mean, you're
I don't know where he's going with this.
You
but
have a
let's see.
female.
Yeah,
you
go
get
on.
me.
Yeah,
What's
go
the wildest excuse your other half has ever given you?
on. To not be on it? I'm saying it.
Man
He's
said
saying
not be on it. I just mean like, in any situation, what's the wildest excuse you've ever heard from your other half? And you just doubted it straight away. Like,
What do you mean? What do you mean?
all right, for instance. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You
Use Rick, man.
yeah, Rick.
Yeah.
Maybe me or Rick can ask these questions.
you
but
lot do it,
you're all right, man. Y'all live good. Y'all live good. You get me, fam.
Shout out the gang, man. Shout
Y'all
out
live
the-
decent. You get me? I just feel like,
Go on.
do you know it's mad? Because I read that question from something else, innit? And I haven't really had any wild excuses.
That's what I was thinking.
I was gonna say,
But I've had excuses, but maybe because it's just me. But I wanted to ask the public that as well. Like, what is the wildest excuse your other half has ever given you in terms of saying coming back late from being out with the girls or his boys, coming back from
Yeah, I can't really
coming
speak
back
on
from
that.
work,
That's the truth. That's the truth. I can't
coming
speak
back
on
from
that.
work, and you
Do you know I say something, but I can't say it on here because
You get bagged.
not me, but it bait up someone
you
else's.
get bagged.
It will bait up someone else's thing, so I can't really.
We need to. I'm gonna find that Cuba Gooding Jr. meme, yeah, where you get escorted out. I'm gonna insert that right here. I'm inserting that right now. I ain't got one.
And I saw
Can
one
you think?
excuse, but I can't remember the excuse. It was not. What was the excuse? The guy said something, fam, and I was dying, fam.
You can't think.
And you know it's only from a man that will make. If it's from a female, yeah, you look at it. Why are you lying for?
No,
But you see, when it comes from man, I don't know. It's just funny.
No,
fam.
no.
The lies that man
To be
make up
fair,
are just funny.
on Big Ego Media before we came, I saw Donny was in the court. Donny was in the court, and basically he said that he was in Ghana and he had no signal to contact his missus whatsoever. Like no Wi-Fi, no internet, no
In
nothing.
Ghana?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that can run. It's Ghana, innit?
What? The entirety of Ghana, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no SIM
Nah,
card,
but it might
no
be in the
nothing.
mountains, in the hills, or.
You're taking a piss.
No, but I'm saying
You're taking a piss, bro.
if I'm in Jamaica, I'm saying that could run.
Bruv, there is a
Electric
Wi-Fi
goes.
point
Sometimes you don't have
somewhere.
water.
Digicel is right. It's everywhere. Hey,
That's a digital.
Digicel, you know.
Listen, anyway, yeah, you lot have. Yeah, anyway, I'm not trying to get back to it. Listen, before we go, quick one. I'm just gonna. You got 30 seconds to hit this as well. Yeah. Did you see the trans person who destroyed the woman's deadlift power record by 110?
No, I didn't see that.
210 kg.
They need to stop these things, man.
Cut a long story short, it's obviously a trans woman because it's man from woman. He entered the competition. Yeah.
And they beat it by how much
He
kg?
beat the powerlifting record by 210 kilograms.
That record ain't getting broken for
Now,
a
and
minute.
before I'll insert the clip here. I'm gonna just play the woman's response. I think the woman's response kind of kills even you lot needing to respond. I'm just gonna play the woman's response because it's very important.
Yeah, so Anne actually just broke the national records for all the master records yesterday while competing at the Western regions. He also holds the second highest deadlift in our powerlifting federation of all time, of all ages. We're
Of
talking
all time.
20 and up. He just turned 40, so he is a 40-year-old, 6 foot, 250-pound man. And, you know, it's been very disheartening. For example, that national record that he broke, athletes have been chasing that for years. And we're talking top athletes who have been training. You know, so it just goes to show the advantages, the physiological advantages that a male has over a female, whether it's muscle mass or bone density, lung capacity. You know, I could go on, but
Yeah.
You see that, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
My problem with that is it's always the man going into the woman's category. It's never the woman.
That's what they've been saying now.
It's never the woman.
That's what's been coming up.
Coming into the man's.
Never the woman coming into the man's.
And this is where it's like
because they can't. They
can't.
Be able to
It's
compete.
impossible. So for that alone, just scrap it.
Testosterone as you like.
Just
You
scrap
won't be
it.
able to compete, fam. Like, that's mad still.
Shout out the trans non-binary. I will say it again. Shout out the trans non-binary lady that played for Canada in the Canadian football team.
It's just where.
What, you saying that there's a problem with her being trans and non-binary in the same sentence? What's the problem? I'm all for their rights. You be you and you live your
No,
truth.
I'm not saying that, but put them in their own little category section by themselves.
I think trans sport would actually be a good watch.
Have you not
Whether it would
have you
happen
not
is
heard
another question.
that man talk? That Muslim guy.
What was the guy?
Actually happens, which is not particularly clear. I would say that those are immigrants who have thoroughly assimilated and become true Westerners, because I can guarantee that they didn't act like
Talking about Muslim grooming gangs.
if they did,
Oh,
how to deal with
This guy here. When you see him, listen to him, bro. Because he don't talk about just this.
Yeah, see that? I pop up on my timeline.
pathology in your society about masculinity, femininity, sex, sexuality, relationships, and on and on and on. Not to mention violence. And again, if these people have been proven guilty, you don't deal with them the way that we do. You say it upsets you. You act outraged about it, and you use these cases for political purposes. But in the Muslim world, these kinds of crimes are severely punished. That shows who takes these kinds of things more
serious. That's what man was saying. That's what man was saying
I just
earlier.
leave that there. But you see, when you see that man, listen to him, bro.
You know what's mad? I read in the news, and there's something about this comedian. You know that 9 out of 10 cats thing. This kid, yeah, whatever it's called. Whatever.
Get it right, goddammit. We might be on there one day.
He got caught with 25,000 indecent image of kids in that.
Who?
Just,
I'm Googling
bruv,
it
I swear to God.
Yeah, that's
but
mad.
then
8 out of 10 cats. I used to watch that.
yeah,
That's my
he's on
show,
there. Yeah,
bro.
but
No, fam,
he
I
got
like it.
Show
over
late
20,
night.
over,
Yeah,
over,
bro.
over 25,000 indecent images.
I like the banter and
of
everything.
kids in that. Yeah, he didn't get sentenced. I was thinking, bruv, how the hell do you get someone for selling a bag of weed, put him in prison?
Yep.
But this guy's got over 25,000 indecent images of kids, and he's not serving no time. How does that make sense?
The person is Tom Binns.
Let me see.
He had 35,000 indecent images of kids.
This nigga looks like a paedophile, bro.
They always do.
Like, I'm not even saying. Like, I'm not
No,
even saying
they
because he's
genuinely
white.
always do.
Look at him.
Look, hey,
The fuck.
go watch the last pod. We already spoke about what you want to do with them type of people.
That's mad still.
We're gone. MTTE, More Tennis Podcast, episode 70. Don't sleep.
Love to the people, man.
I never got put on a graph for a